and other assets in a matter of days. I've watched this signal correctly identify the tops and bottoms of blue chip stocks, the S&P, index funds, and bonds, and show our readers huge triple-digit wins along the way. But as I'll tell you in a moment, the signal comes with quite a bit of controversy. Still, we wanted to show you exactly how the secret signal works and let you decide for yourself. This is not for everyone, and it could forever change the way you look at the market. Over the past 2 years, Stansberry Research has spent thousands of dollars testing the signal, and the results are unlike anything we've ever shown you before. In fact, a small group of Stansberry subscribers signed on to test this market signal over the past 2 years, the longest running test in our 20-year history. Why so long? Because this approach to the markets is so powerful and unique, we wanted to make sure everything was perfect before officially releasing it. And today, there's an important reason why I'm dropping everything to make this research service available to you right now. You see, while nearly every other analyst at Stansberry Research hit their trailing stops during the coronavirus crash, the analyst I'm going to introduce you to today recommended 2 quick trades in March. One for a 257% gain in just 6 days, and another 45% winner for a total gain of 302% in March. So when we held our first ever town hall meeting to address the COVID-19 market crash, the analyst responsible for these incredible gains immediately came to mind. You might recognize Greg Diamond on the left, sitting across the table from me. He was the first guy I called because he looks at the market differently than 99% of traders and nearly every other analyst on our staff. And his secret signal has the power to reveal where an individual stock or fund or the entire market is headed. For example, on March 18, Greg wrote, "Watch what happens next. As my data reveals, this will be the low in the panic." What happened? The market hit its lowest point of the coronavirus crash when the S&P slumped below 2,300 that Monday. This chart shows Greg's market signal was able to correctly identify the exact day the market would hit rock bottom. That's why, as the markets were crashing, I made the executive decision to give every Stansberry Research reader free access to all of Greg Diamond's daily market updates. We've never done this with any of our other elite services, ever. I hope you took the chance to read Greg's work while it was free. And when the markets were really going crazy, Greg Diamond was sending as many as 5 updates a day, even on weekends. In early March, he discovered a whopping 257% gain on the Financial Select Sector Spider Fund, XLF, as the market dropped 13% from February. On March 30, he booked a 45% gain on Zoom Communications, as every business and even family meetings went virtual, while the market dropped another 29%. Since giving readers a peek at Greg's unique strategy, I've heard incredible feedback. Steve J. said, "I just wanted to shout out to Greg Diamond as one of the most hardworking editors you have on staff. He sends out updates and alerts long after or before the market is even open, even on weekends. I have profited handsomely from his work. Thank you so much for all Stansberry does to stay ahead of the curve." And again, a day later, Steve wrote in, "Greg Diamond is one of the most fascinating analysts you have on staff. I just follow his signal and have amassed enough money to sleep well at night." And another reader, Lester T, wrote in, thanking us for adding his new approach to trading. "I assume many analysts will want to see the effect on earnings for this quarter before they decide to recommit to anything. That's why I watch Greg Diamond." Greg N said, "If Greg Diamond's analysis doesn't make you stop in your tracks and do some soul searching, then I don't know what will." And from Dan B, "You post 3 or 4 or even 5 times a day. That takes effort, but you do it so well. I love it. It's helped me a lot. Even when the market was at its lowest in March, Greg's market signal continued to give his readers the chance to bring in massive wins. His new approach to investing has the potential to deliver one of the most impressive model portfolios in company history, and is showing an average gain of 117% on overall winning trade recommendations this year. It's pretty incredible how he's been able to turn wild market swings into opportunity. Just take a quick look at some of the winners he's racked up. 345% in 19 days, 329% in 16 days, 171% in 13 days, and there's more where those came from. Greg's small group of followers have had the chance to see some serious returns. Peter L., who's a loyal lifetime member, says, "It was exciting to make $4,600, $1,270, $750 on the first couple of trades." And Rick P., a Stansberry Alliance member, reached out to give his thanks, saying, "I turned an $18,000 stake into over $88,000 in a short time." Yet, with all of these incredible gains rolling in, I chose to keep this new way of trading tucked away for 2 years. So you might be asking, why? The type of analysis behind Greg Diamond's secret market signal is controversial and fiercely debated at the highest levels of finance, because it looks at historical trading patterns to predict the future, which sounds like hocus pocus. But the thing is, run-of-the-mill traders don't have the skill it takes to look at 25 or even 100 charts to understand how to predict where a stock or fund is headed. Greg trained rigorously for 5 years to become a CMT. That's a chartered market technician, a designation that less than 1 in 100 traders have. And he spent 15 years on Wall Street perfecting this approach to the markets. To be honest, as a trader myself, I was skeptical about this type of analysis at first. But after 2 years of testing, as I'll show you, the track record speaks for itself. So we spent close to $1 million to give Greg free rein to test his theories and fine-tune his secret market signal. And be sure it works. The jargon alone spooks most folks. Triangles, wedges, cups and handles, head and shoulders, and more. But each term represents a predictable and repeatable pattern that appears in the market. Take the Fibonacci sequence, for example. It's a repeating pattern found in nature, like on leaves and pine cones. But this mathematical way of looking at nature can also be applied to the market. Smithsonian Magazine put out an article on March 25th. The Fibonacci sequence is everywhere, even in the troubled stock market, which went on to explain how, if the S&P would have dipped below 2,300 again, as it did on March 23rd, as Greg predicted, then we would have been in big trouble. Luckily, that didn't happen. You see, if you know how to apply these patterns, which Greg's been doing for close to 2 decades, you can predict where the market or even a specific stock is headed. However, let me warn you, only highly trained professionals like Greg Diamond should attempt this pattern-driven approach to the markets. That's why we hired him in the first place. His pattern-driven mathematical approach to the market is why big finance guys refer to this elite group of traders as the rocket scientists of Wall Street, and even geeks, because of the skill it takes to blend high-level mathematics and finance. And legendary traders like Stephen Cohen, Ray Dalio, and Paul Tudor Jones all admit they've used this type of analysis to make some of the biggest trades of their career. However, the most successful practitioners of this type of trading have remained very secretive about their proprietary methods, never giving away exactly how they're pulling off these extraordinary gains. For example, there's an elite group called the Market Wizards. that use a similar type of analysis but refuse to reveal their exact methods. Michael M. claimed to have earned a 250,000% return on an account he managed over a 20-year period. Bruce K. reportedly made 87% gains per year for 10 straight years. That's a total gain of 52,000%, which turns $10,000 into more than $5 million. Why are they so secretive? They're not looking for notoriety. Instead, they go against all the conventional things Wall Street institutions hold dear. Mostly, these guys are geeky mathematicians, financial misfits, and data nerds, guys who don't wear suits, don't live in New York City, and likely do most of their work at home with several computer screens going at once. Some have spent millions of dollars developing and perfecting their own proprietary methods. Like John Henry, owner of the Boston Red Sox, who's gone on record saying that using a similar type of analysis is what helped him make billions for his clients at his investment management firm. He dove deep into this pattern-driven approach in the markets and studied it going all the way back to the 1800s. And he says it helped him amass his $2.6 billion fortune. And just to be clear, none of these guys I've mentioned are my friends or business partners. They're not affiliated with me or my company, but they have taken this unique approach to a simply extraordinary level. That's one reason why hedge funds make all employees, even interns, sign NDAs or non-disclosure agreements. These guys fiercely protect their secret trading methods, just like Greg protects his secret signal, even trading under a code name in his days on Wall Street, so no one would be able to steal it. And there's a stark difference between these geek traders and your average hedge fund trader. Unlike fundamentalists, they don't read annual reports, meet with management, visit operations, prepare roadshows, or talk to shareholders. These traders, like Greg Diamond, are looking at charts, indicators, signals, and patterns all day long to determine what's happening in the market, never needing to look at CNN's broadcast of the day. They aim to tune out all the noise so they can stick to their same proven method of analyzing the market, no matter which way it swings. As Greg always reminds his readers, trade with no emotion. I already showed you how the secret market signal was able to pull in 2 trades for a total gain of 302% in March, when the market suffered its biggest sell-off since 2008. But Greg was also able to play the S&P during the height of the bull market to rake in 4 huge wins in 2019, 155% in 34 days, 49% in 4 days, 180% in 11 days, and 78% in 13 days, all using the same secret market signal responsible for helping Greg make an average of $155,000 per trade back in his hedge fund days. And it's likely that this pattern-driven approach for the markets is the future of Wall Street. Forbes reported last year that computer geeks are taking over Wall Street. During a disappointing year for the average hedge fund trader, elite traders stood out from the crowd. Jim Simons, the most famous geek trader, led the way, earning $1.6 billion. He founded a hedge fund that now manages $60 billion. You can see why we've received requests for years to offer this type of trading research service. But we wanted to be 100% sure it was fully tested. So after watching the service thrive for 2 years during the bull market, and then go on to soar during the fastest market crash in history, I'm reaching out to you today to officially launch this one-of-a-kind research service and show you how to cash in on Greg Diamond's next round of triple-digit winners. And the most exciting part is that Greg is scheduled to announce a brand new trade recommendation for a company that has already sent readers gains of 126% and 197%. And the next potential win could be even bigger. Don't miss out. Today, this brand new approach to investing has the power to not only help you thrive in the short term, but launch you into the 21st century of trading. And here's how. 30 years ago, trading floors were where all the action happened. Traders would wait for a big event or announcement to hit, then they were off to the races. Today, trading floors look very different. Look at the once grandiose 712,000 square foot trading floor of the Swiss bank UBS. What was once the world's largest trading floor now sits empty. Advances in technology have changed the way Wall Street does business. Machine-driven data is deciding when to buy and sell. It is no longer up to the humans, which is really no surprise when robots are treating coronavirus patients and algorithms are teaching self-driving cars how to navigate city streets. Professional traders of the future will likely need a PhD in quantum theory and computer programming because the most sought-after skill will be the ability to build algorithms. As of 2018, 80% of the market is run by machines. In December 2019, Time magazine published an article titled, "It's a Matter of When, How Machines Are Taking Over the World Stock Markets." The good news for geek traders like Greg Diamond is that they're far ahead of the curve. They're already trading like computers with no emotion and a clear black and white set of rules given any market situation. And readers have been surprised at how successful you can be with this type of trading. Bill Kay says he's been leveraging this excellent guidance and work for years now. And Greg Diamond's self-control and market assessment to determine effective trades are A, helping hedge and even grow my portfolio on these swings down, B, goosing profits on positive swings up, and C, giving me a far better perspective on the market. That's why I'm reaching out to you today. I'm hoping you're ready to try something new because only having a buy and hold strategy isn't going to cut it. If you're at or near retirement today, you would have had to invest in a winning tech company like Apple or Microsoft back in the 90s to have any real chance of living the retirement you've always dreamed of today. That's likely why 45% of Americans believe they'll run out of money in retirement. And if you look at the S&P 500, since 1957, the average return is roughly 8%. If that return is good enough for you, then the type of trading I'm telling you about today is probably not suitable for you. Because Greg Diamond has gone on record saying, I only look for trades that can show readers 100% or more. Otherwise, forget it. So if you feel like you're missing out on the biggest gains that the market has to offer, then please keep reading. I'm going to show you a whole new way of looking at the markets. And once you've opened your eyes to it, you'll never look back. Just like Greg Diamond's followers. Chad W., who's an accountant, says, I got caught off guard on the first leg of this crash, but it woke me up, and that's when I started following Greg Diamond. And Bill Kay from Naperville said, when the markets tanked, my portfolio was actually up, thanks mostly to Greg Diamond. Today, I'm going to show you how it's possible to pull thousands of dollars out of this wild market over and over again using Greg Diamond's secret market signal. The next few days are critical and could set you up to live the retirement of your dreams. In the past 2 years, Greg Diamond has used his secret market signal to pinpoint when to take action in the market dozens of times to pull in big gains, and on all sorts of different sectors of the market like gold, bonds, ETFs, and big name stocks. The great part is that he doesn't need to focus on one sector or type of instrument, and it doesn't matter which way the market swings. The market has the power to pay out like clockwork. Take a look. With a small $2,500 investment in each of Greg's recommendations, you could have made $4,206 on a play on bonds, $3,865 on the S&P, $8,225 on a gold play, $1,119 on a tech company, and so on. If you add up all of those payouts, you could have made a total of $67,354 in pure profit. You see, Greg looks for his market signal to flash on any instrument. Then he runs it through a series of tests, and if it has the chance to make 100% or more, it's a buy. What he's looking for is a specific pattern, which I'll show you in a moment. It reveals with uncanny certainty if a stock is moving up or down, and the best price to get in at for the biggest gains. His signal gives you the chance to cash out for thousands of dollars over and over again, no matter what's happening in the overall market. The aim is to place one trade based on Greg's analysis and hold your position anywhere from 1 day to 30 days. And I'm offering you a detailed look at how this all works today. But first, I want to show you why it's so important you give this new approach to investing some serious thought. Here's the kicker. If you follow this secret market signal, capable of triple-digit returns, you have a chance to cash in on the biggest payouts the stock market has to offer. Just take a look at how much better Greg's returns work out. Tracking the US Treasury 20-year TLT bond fund, can you imagine making 67 times more money on a single trade? Take a mere $2,500 investment. That's the difference between making $61.25 and $4,145 in just 13 days. And again, trading the same fund, readers had the chance for more market-busting gains. That's 28 times more money in just 12 days, and the difference between making $58.25 and $1,667.50. That's 31 times more money in just 14 days, and the difference between making $96 and $3,070.50. Now, you're starting to see the power of the secret market signal. You have the chance to make 55 times, 30 times, and 35 times your money in the markets by following Greg Diamond. We found Greg 2 years ago, after he had already had a successful career on Wall Street. He once made $4.6 million in 1 day while working for a pension fund, the way I'm going to show you today. He also worked at one of America's oldest and most elite hedge funds. As a client, this fund would have made you over 19 times your money if you got in at the beginning. By using the same type of trading you'll learn about today, Greg was moving as much as $900 million in a single day by the age of 26. He quickly became the top trader at his firm because he was the guy that never left the office, sometimes getting in at 1 a.m. and going nonstop for hours. He traded everything: stocks, gold, currencies, crude oil, coffee, soybeans, lean hogs, you name it. He even earned himself a nickname because of the manner in which he traded, the Hammer. No hesitation, no emotion, just nailing pattern-driven trades and making billions for his hedge fund clients. He told me that when he showed up to trade, his hedge fund boss would say, "Get ready to drop the hammer," because he didn't trade like the other guys. He'd place huge trades and would go all in right at the ding of the trading bell. As I mentioned, on his best trading day, he used one sector to make $4.6 million in just 24 hours. He did it by placing a series of trades on the S&P when his secret market signal flashed green over and over again. And he was able to play the market precisely to make his clients very rich. And here's the best part. His secret market signal is flashing again right now. His next trade recommendation, scheduled to come out very soon, could set you up for a massive gain. And it could be the beginning of a series of plays that'll set you up to make a fortune. Greg knows this market is ripe for triple-digit gains, if you know where to look. You have a chance to make enough money in the short term to not only recoup any recent losses, but also learn a brand new trading strategy you can put to work for life. Now, I think it's important to show you exactly how the secret market signal works. However, I'm going to leave that up to the expert. I'm going to get Greg Diamond on the phone right now. Let's give Greg a call at home, where all of us at Stansberry Research have been working for months now. Hi, Greg. How's quarantine going? How's the family?
Hi, Brett. Quarantine's going well. We're hanging in there. My wife is well. My baby's well. My dog is well. So we're getting through like everybody else.
I wanted to quickly congratulate you on an incredible track record.
Thank you.
Now, I've covered a lot here today, but I'm going to hand the mic to you now, and I want you to start by answering one question. What would you say it is that makes you different than 99% of traders out there, both on Wall Street and here at Stansberry?
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to our readers today. So to put it simply, I'm a technical trader. This pattern-driven approach is what the most sophisticated hedge funds use to make millions of dollars in returns, like Martin Pitbull Schwartz, who got famous on Wall Street for growing a $40,000 account into $20 million. He's a big advocate for technical trading. It's also what allowed Tudor Investment Corp to book an incredible 126% return prior to the early 90s recession. But I became obsessed with technical trading when I was 22 years old and brand new at one of the top hedge funds outside Baltimore. My boss had actually trained under the legendary Paul Tudor Jones, head of Tudor Investment Corp. It was a huge opportunity to work with him. So I was shocked when he walked up to me and took a popular fundamental analysis book off my desk, threw it in the trash, and told me to burn it. It turned out this would be the best advice I would ever receive. And the real reason I came up faster than any other trader in my firm. So I'm excited to be able to introduce Stansberry readers to technical trading today. I want to show you exactly how it works, how you can pull payouts like $3,180, $3,865, and $8,625 out of the market over and over again using my secret market signal. Now, Brad, as I said, I know this won't be suitable for everyone. However, I promise to make it easy as possible for you to follow along. You see, as a trained CMT, I have the ability to chart out different stocks and funds all day long, looking for a historical price pattern to emerge. But it all starts with what's called the wave signal. Now, you're probably wondering what I'm looking at. This market signal works like an alarm that sounds when a specific stock or asset is moving up or down quickly. As you've seen, that can be anything from the price of gold to a specific stock. But it's just the beginning. I then look at something called the Relative Strength Index, the RSI, which tracks momentum. Without getting into the nitty-gritty here, there's a quick measure of how this indicator works. When the RSI is high, it is overbought and can lead to a downward move. When the RSI is low, it is oversold and can lead to an upward move. Once I know where a stock is headed, I can then chart it out to learn the best price to get in at. I regularly look at 10 to 25 charts before making a single trade recommendation. But all my research is grounded in one pattern, a pattern that can track precisely where the price of a stock or fund is headed in real time, based on price history and trends. Today I'm going to give you a demonstration, but I must warn you, it's unlike anything you've ever seen before. When most traders show you a chart, it's just Apple with a green line shooting up. That's far from how technical trading works. To the naked eye, the chart I use could be confusing and complicated, but to me, it signals massive opportunity. Take a look at one of the best setups for gold I've seen in 15 years. I saw gold on the rise last year on May 1, 2019. I suggested readers take advantage of it. Here's where my signal flashed that gold was going to go up. This led to an 80% gain in 33 days, but it's one of the longest held recommendations I've made, but I was just getting started. Then on June 4th, 2019, I saw the wave signal flash across my screen again, showing gold was ready for a short increase. This signal led my readers to a 329% gain in 16 days. But it doesn't stop there. Just 2 days later, I kept riding this gold wave. The wave signal led to a whopping 345% gain in just 19 days. And on June 25th, I followed it again. This time, readers had the chance to collect a 171% gain in just over a month. It's pretty amazing when you see how accurate this wave signal can be at predicting triple-digit gains. All in all, I was able to give my readers a chance to cash in on a combined return of 924% in just 2 months, trading the VanEck Vectors Gold Miners Fund. If you've invested just $1,000 in each one of these recommendation gold trades, you'd have collected $9,240 payout. And $2,500 invested at each, you'd be sitting on a $23,100 pure profit. That's how easy it is to make more than double a small trading account in $10,000, all in a matter of months, just by following my signal. Now let me tell you a little bit more about the pattern I'm looking at that has the power to predict a stock, ETF, and the market overall. It's not magic. It's not based on one of these leading theories in technical trading. Ralph Nelson Elliott is known as the godfather of technical trading. Back in the 1930s, he developed Elliott wave theory. It shows how the market moves in repetitive patterns. The theory gained popularity when now legendary book Elliott Wave Principle, Key to Market Behavior, made its authors famous for accurately predicting the bull market of the 1980s. It's complex, so I won't dive into it too deep. Remember, I had to study for years to pass a series of 3 grueling tests to become a CMT. And that's what allows me to look at the market like this. But it's important I give you a quick overview of how I specifically use this pattern, along with my wave signal, to give the biggest and fastest gains the market has to offer. Take a look at the wave chart I've drawn here. It should take 5 waves to complete a movement, and you can trade any part of this wave series. But I found that the biggest price action is initially after my wave signal, the first wave hits. That's when there's the most momentum behind a trade. I try to get into the wave early and take advantage fast. But it's important to know that no technical trader is going to chart this wave pattern the same. Think of it like being a doctor. Right now, there are more than 800,000 active doctors in the US, but only about 2,000 of them have what it takes to specialize in pediatric oncology, which means only 0.25% of doctors are able to work in this complex field. We need specialty doctors just like we need specialty traders. As a CMT, I have a training and skill set that only 1 in every 100 traders have. And I've been looking at the stock market this way for 15 years. And this wave signal has helped my readers rake huge gains. Let me show you how with one of my favorite companies to trade, construction machinery giant Caterpillar. My wave signal flashed that CAT was headed for a sharp decline, so I sent readers a way to play it that could have sent them 196% gain in just 19 days. But that's not all. Again, the wave signal flashed that CAT was headed for another fast dip. So I was able to show readers another massive win for 127% gain in just 15 days. You see how gains can quickly add up. If you invested $2,500 in each of these plays on CAT, you'd be sitting on $8,075 in profit. A $5,000 investment in each could have sent you $16,150 in profit, and $10,000 would have sent you $32,300 in pure profit. Look, I know this is complicated stuff. All investments carry risk, and you should never invest any more in one play than you're willing to lose. But it's simple, and the odds are in your favor. If you follow my instructions, I do all the legwork and analysis for you, and I tell you exactly what to do and when to do it. Any average person can make thousands following the wave signal. It doesn't matter your age, income level, or trading experience. My goal is to help you live the retirement you've always dreamed of. You should be able to afford to send your grandkids to college or even pay off your mortgage early. That's the type of opportunity I have in front of you today. In fact, this is the perfect retirement strategy. Just listen to what Chad W. wrote to me. This is an incredible opportunity. I think your service will connect with people my age. Your detailed analysis could really grab my demographic. So if you're getting ready to retire, or you're already in retirement and watching this now, you're in luck. Because after 2 long years, we're officially launching my research service today. And the beauty of all it is this. Typically, when you want to put your money to work, you buy stocks, bonds, or real estate. But all these markets have one major flaw. You stand to lose a lot if the investment doesn't go your way. Look at Apple. In March, Apple was trading for around $250 a share. But now it's back to around $300. And 10 months ago, it was around $200. Where's it going from here? No one knows for sure. The current price of any stock is simply whatever the market decides. Same goes for real estate. Housing prices could soon drop to the toll the coronavirus has taken. So the $500,000 house you looked at last month could be worth $400,000 by August. Or are we headed for a buyer's market? Maybe. It's all left to chance. There's no way to know for certain if you're going to get a good deal or not. And everyday Americans end up playing Russian roulette with their hard-earned money. And a lot of times they lose. That's why I don't play the game of chance. I look to one type of investment and that's it. And I try to wring all the risk out of it. For example, in May 2020, only one of my trade recommendations lost money. and likely only cost readers a couple of $100. Just like any strategy, there are going to be some losers, but with an average gain of 117% per winner overall in 2020, the winners more than make up for the losers. And with this type of option plays, I recommend your risk will be limited to the upfront investment. We do believe, however, that only individuals with a considerable amount of capital should consider employing this strategy. It is simply not one that is designed or appropriate for novices. Now, I need to show you how we're able to generate such large returns so quickly on these trades while managing our risk, and you might have already guessed. I'm talking about trading options. But before you make any judgments, let me show you how easy it is for you to follow my recommendations. There are 3 simple steps to potential triple-digit gains in a matter of days. When you follow my precise recommendations, it takes these 3 steps to pull thousands of dollars out of the market over and over again. Here's what you do. 1, wait for my market signal to flash. 2, place the exact trade recommendation I send out. 3, sell for a potential triple-digit gain just days later. I want to show you what to expect, so I've clipped experts from my trading research service. This way you have the inside scoop on some of my trade recommendations. On April 15th, 2019, my signal flashed green on Spider Gold Trust. I sent this buy alert out to readers telling them how to take advantage of a quick decline in gold. Then, just 8 days later, I sent this sell alert to readers on April 23rd, 2019. See, that's how easy it is to rake in 107% gain when you follow my alerts. That means with just a $2,500 investment, you had the chance to rake in $2,675 payout in just 8 days. Here's another great example. On September 17th, 2019, my signal flashed green on Caterpillar, signaling was headed for a sharp dip. Within a few hours, I was able to send my readers a recommendation to place a trade. Then, about 2 weeks later, I shot out an alert to sell on October 2nd, 2019. Once again, readers were able to pull in an amazing gain, 127% in less than 2 weeks. That means with just a $2,500 investment, you had the chance to get a $3,170 payout in just 12 days. As you can see, if you follow the wave signal, it's possible to pull thousands of dollars out of the market over and over again. Let me show you one more time how simple it is when you follow my trade alerts. My signal flashed green on the Spider S&P 500 ETF Trust on July 25th, 2019. I immediately shot my readers a trade recommendation on how to play a drop in the S&P 500. Then on August 5th, 2019, I noticed we'd hit a pretty nice gain on the SPY. So I recommended readers sell just 11 days later. Readers had a chance to pull in 180% gain in a little over a week. With only $2,500 on the line, a potential $4,500 payout in just 11 days. As you can see, it's simple to potentially pull thousands of dollars out of the market over and over again when you follow my trade recommendations. And nowadays, you can get approved to trade options on secure online platforms in a matter of minutes with 0 fees. It takes just 3 minutes of your time. Do it while you sip your morning cup of joe. And to make it even more simple, I've narrowed down the entire market of stocks and funds to only 10 trades you need a chance to make millions over time. I put an extraordinary amount of effort into creating this research service and testing it with a select group of Stansberry research readers for the past 2 years. What I have today is fine-tuned trading research machine responsible for an average winning gain in 2020 of 117%. So if you're the type of person who recognizes the value of using a scientific and carefully calculated approach to reduce risk and maximize gains, then this is exactly what you've been looking for. With just a few minutes a day, you'll see how technical analysis, along with my market signal, will outperform any other investment strategy you've ever seen. I'll even make you a promise today. I'll show you 3 triple-digit winners in the model portfolio over the next 12 months. More on this ironclad guarantee in a moment. To do that, I only ever need to focus on a group of 10 stocks and funds to trade. That's it. That's all you need to know about how to make money with my wave signal. I just watch these 10, and when the wave signal flashes, I run my pattern-driven analysis and make my recommendation. My goal is to send you more than 25 actionable trades over the next year. So if you're only interested in long-term buy and hold prey opportunities, this is not suited for you. But I have no doubt in my mind that if you're looking for the biggest gains the market has to offer, you have what it takes to do this. However, for now, I've told you as much as I can. There's a reason hedge funds keep their best strategies to themselves, mostly so they can charge absorbent fees to clients, but it's also to keep the public from piling in and driving trades out of the range. That's why I'm reserving the full details of my analysis for charter members only. and I've arranged for you to get in at an incredible rate, one that hasn't been seen since we welcomed beta testers in over 2 years ago. So I'm happy to announce the only way to ensure you have the chance to get in on every trade recommendation I make, with the chance to cash out for thousands of dollars, it is to join my brand new type of research service, 10 Stock Trader. As a charter member, you'll receive at least 25 chances to set yourself up to make millions over time. I do all the heavy lifting for you. Every day of the week, I'll track thousands of new options listed and wait for my signal to flash green on one of our 10 stocks or funds. Then, within hours, I send readers a very specific buy alert so you can tell your broker or easily make the trade yourself online. I'll alert you again when it's time to take gains, usually anywhere from 1 to 30 days later. 3 easy steps: get in, get out, make gains. It really is that simple. If you're new to options trading, not to worry. I put together a how-to manual that will help even the most novice traders get up and trading in no time. You'll receive this for free as a new member, the Hedge Fund Traders Manual. I worked up an entire overview of how technical analysis works, along with the wave signal. You'll see what it's like to look from the inside out and learn how America's hedge funds truly make billions for their clients. Inside, you'll learn exactly how my wave signal works and what charts I look to make sure it's in the green before I recommend a trade, and how it's possible to only focus on 10 stocks and funds total. A full summary of how technical analysis works. I'll reveal what I look for, how it applies to a trade recommendation, and what you can do as a charter member to maximize gains. Plus, all the details you'll need to execute each new recommendation in a brokerage account or IRA. And that brings me to something else you should know. I never want you to miss out on a trade recommendation. It's important you act as soon as I send out an urgent trade alert, because prices and volume fluctuate very quickly. That's why our savvy tech team here at Stansberry Research developed an app. Once you become a charter member, you'll also be given a private login to access a 10 Stock Trader app. This is the only research service at Stansberry that has its own smartphone app, because it's very important you take fast action when an alert is published. You'll receive market updates and trade alerts sent right to your phone, so you'll never miss an opportunity to buy or sell and cash out for fast gains. This app is exclusively for 10 Stock Trader members only. We spent $11,000 creating this app because we knew some people would prefer not to be glued to their computer screens all day. If you're on the go, you can get the trade alerts right from your phone and execute them fast. Just listen to what Joan H. in California had to say about this handy app. Tapping on the 10 Stock Trader app is the first thing I do every morning at 6 a.m. or earlier. We created this app as a special benefit for 10 Stock Trader members like you who want to learn how to actively make money in retirement. Now, let me remind you, my next big trade recommendation comes out very soon. It's one of my favorite companies to trade and has already sent readers 127% gains and 196% gains. Look, I know you might not think that this is the best time to jump into the market with a new way of trading, but the biggest gains are often made when everyone else is sitting on the sidelines, because some people wait till investments get popular and expensive before diving in. So if you're willing to try something new, you can make a fortune with the wave signal right now. Take a page from famous technical trader Cliff Asness, one of the richest men in America. Fortune magazine wrote, Asness was among the first academics to discover this type of trading in his 1994 PhD thesis at the University of Chicago and has deployed it in his institutional funds with outstanding results for well over a decade. Asness is now worth $2.6 billion by simply following the general principle behind my market signal over and over again. He even launched a mutual fund based on it that has over $200 billion under management. But here's the best part. The media still has no idea how Asness and other technical traders are so successful. I love it. The mainstream media and most of Wall Street are totally clueless when it comes to this pattern-driven approach to the markets. It's possible that technical trading threatens the very existence of Wall Street, which is probably the real reason traders shy away from it. Bottom line, after 15 years as a professional trader, I found that this is the best chance you'll ever get to pull triple-digit gains out of the market over and over again. In 10 Stock Trader, my only aim is to use the wave signal to make extraordinary gains year after year with very little risk. So I bet you're starting to wonder how much 10 Trader costs and how can you get started right away. Here's the deal. 10 Stock Trader is one-of-a-kind research service. And no, it isn't cheap. But that's because it truly works. And because we've spent a fortune building it, we've spent over $1 million during the longest running testing phase in Stansberry history. And we still pay a small fortune every year just to access the data we need. That's why the retail price to join for a single year is $3,000. Like I said, it's not cheap. And frankly, we could easily charge 5 times that amount, especially when you consider what it costs to build and maintain and the returns it could repeatedly generate. Just look at what some folks are saying. I'm so grateful that you started 10 Stock Trader when you did. I made a lot of money on the upside and even more on the downside of the market. Stephen J., a Stansberry Alliance member from Hempville, Texas. I clicked on 10 Stock Trader. Wow. Hidden away in the Stansberry Investment Pro crowd is Greg Diamond. I appreciate the work you do with charts and technical analysis. No one else in this group discusses or shares chart work. Dr. W., a brand new Stansberry Alliance member from Los Angeles, California. I want to thank you for the excellent guidance, recommendations, and trading plans and technical analysis. It's very helpful during times like these. Please keep them coming. Frank M. from Rutherford, New Jersey. And from Mike V., I love the fact that you have no favorites, not eternally bullish or bearish, just the facts. I'll be trading your recommendations more this year. All these readers gave technical trading a try and aren't looking back. Not only that, but you're going to gain access to research on the types of trades typically reserved for the wealthy. This is your chance to look at the market from an insider's view. Most everyday investors are closed out from elite hedge funds. If you were a client of Paul Tudor Jones, who my former hedge fund boss worked under, you would pay insane fees, like 4% per year of assets under management and 23% of profits. But here's what you may not realize. One of the top funds in 2019 only returned 14.9% after fees, which is great if you have $1 million invested. You'd make $149,000 for the year, but you'd also pay up to $40,230 in fees. But the returns just aren't worth it if you only have $10,000 to invest. You'd only make around $1,000 after fees, which is why the average American can't rely on hedge funds to make them rich. You need to rely on yourself. Today, you have the chance to put $10,000 into a trading account to work and potentially make 5 times on it over the next year. Once you see how it all works as a charter member of 10 Stock Trader, I doubt you'll ever trade any other way. Take Ryan R., for example, who's a firefighter and EMT in northern Utah. You're providing life-changing information. I've been able to build a short-term trading strategy and recoup all of my losses from this pandemic. I can be home with my family more and supplement my income at the same time. God bless you. All because he's discovered my secret market signal. And so for a limited time, we're making the 10 Stock Trader available to you now at a tiny fraction of the price you'd pay to be an expensive hedge fund, and at a massive discount to our normal rate. The retail price of 10 Stock Trader is $3,000, but today we're offering you charter member pricing. You can get a full year of access for half the retail price. Plus, for a very limited time, I'm doing something we've rarely ever done in the history of Stansberry Research. As I said earlier, I'm going to make guaranteed gains. I want more of our readers to try this unique approach to the market. I know once you do, it will forever change the way you invest your money. So I guarantee you'll see how to rake in 3 triple-digit winners in our model portfolio or more over the next 12 months, or you'll receive a full credit. If I'm not able to pull it off, you'll be able to receive a 100% refund in the form of Stansberry credit, which can be applied to any other Stansberry product at any time in the next year. No questions asked. And considering we have 21 other services, there's something for everyone. Right now, you have the unique advantage of getting on the ground floor as we officially take 10 Stock Trader public, but only if you're willing to try something new. Some people look at what I do and think, nope, not for me. But here's how I look at it. You can try this service for a full year. You'll learn a ton in that time frame, more than enough to know if it's going to be right for you or not. In other words, with a single payment of $1,500 today, you will receive 1 full year of 10 Stock Trader delivered to you via email and through the app. The moment my market signal identifies a money-making trade recommendation, each buy and sell alert will be sent to you as soon as it's ready. You'll also receive daily market alerts and weekly updates. Plus, you can expect a minimum of 25 trade recommendations over the next year. You'll receive the Hedge Fund Trader's Manual that will take you just 15 minutes to read, but explains the wave signal and how I used it to trade millions a day at a top hedge fund, and how to begin using it yourself. You'll receive exclusive access to the 10 Stock Trader app that allows you to access up-to-the-minute trade recommendations and sell alerts, so you can never miss a money-making opportunity when you're on the go. Plus, my next big recommendation, which I plan to release very soon, and could set you up for your first triple-digit win. And then there's my ironclad guarantee that ensures you'll see at least 3 triple-digit winners in the model portfolio in 12 months, or a full credit, no questions asked. In other words, you can try 10 Stock Trader for an entire year with absolutely no obligation, but you must act fast. I'm releasing my new recommendation very soon. My wave signal is showing that a leading construction equipment supplier is headed for a sharp rise. Don't miss out. We've removed all the hurdles. The rest is up to you. That's the way we do business. You have a chance right now to gain access to what become the most successful trading research service in Stansberry Research history. A charter member pricing that will never be this low again. Stansberry Research's work on options has led to some of the fastest and highest gains in our company's 20-year history. 10 Stock Trader could blow these gains away. Don't miss out on what could be the best research service we've ever launched because it has to do with trading options. So, option 1, you can forget you ever saw this presentation and continue to watch everyone else get rich as technical trading launches Wall Street into the 21st century. Option 2, you can watch videos online and read hundreds of articles to learn how to use technical analysis on your own. But just know that you could lose a lot of money trying to figure it all out. I don't recommend this. And option 3, you can click the subscribe now button below to become a charter member of our brand new technical trading service, 10 Stock Trader. Remember, we've been testing this service for 2 years now. Today, you're getting an incredible 50% discount only because it's brand new. It'll likely cost you much more the next time you hear about it. So if you're ready to learn how to collect payouts like $3,180, $3,865, and $8,625 every day the market is open, take action now to secure your charter subscription. Everything you've been promised here today is all waiting for you just seconds from now. 10 Stock Trader has the power to show you how to make money, not only in the short term, but guide you through the 21st century of trading. As a huge technological shift in trading develops on Wall Street, please don't get left behind.